Welcome, everybody. Midlife Gaming Podcast, episode 26, special edition. We got a guest. This time we can actually see him. Thomas, what's going on, buddy?
Good. How are y'all doing tonight?
Doing good, doing good. Steve, can you give me a little bit of a audio test for you?
Mic check.
Oh, that's loud. All right.
I yelled.
Let's see. All right, so we're all good. How's everybody's week been? Good, good. Hanging in there?
It's Monday, man.
It's Monday, so bad so far, I guess. It is Monday.
Yeah, I mean, it's going all right. Tom
But
has
that's
some
what we
exciting
got
news.
video games.
today.
Oh, Thomas has exciting news?
Yeah, he had an exciting day.
Yeah? Go ahead, Tom. Tell us about it.
Working on buying our first house right now. We're in the middle of that.
That's pretty dope.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, man.
Congrats.
And I'm
I wasn't
working
even
closer to
talking
home
about
again,
that.
and
There we go.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and kick it over to the news. Boop. First up, we got a No Man's Sky teaser for the next expansion called Frontier. We actually got teasers for a lot, including that one. They released a little bit of a trailer because it's been 5 years coming up for No Man's Sky, and we all remember the horrible launch that it had, the lies that we were told in the beginning. But unlike most, companies that we've seen similar problems with in recent years, they didn't just sit by and kind of just let it rot for a while and bug patch it and everything. They actually took it back to the basics internally, said we got to make these promises fulfilled, and they in short did it. I know that Steve and I had played this for a good hot second. When it first came out, we even pushed through, and then we tried with the new I don't remember what expansion that was that we tried, where they added like the really big ships on it.
It was Beyond or Next, something like that.
Maybe that's what it was called. I think you're right. Where they gave us the giant ships that we could all like dock on, and you could have like a friendly base is what it was sold as, but that didn't quite work out either because of the weird like save system that was going on. But Steve, do you think that this is enough to get you back in? Like, has it been long enough with enough expansions to get you to give it another try?
I'll never go back.
No.
To be honest, I would go back to a No Man's Sky 2 maybe, but I just, at a certain point, I realized that they can keep adding on what they want, but I just don't like the core engine. I don't like the core theme that they're going for. It's not I mean, you've played Elite with me, which is hyper realistic. Same with Star Citizen. Like there's just other games out there that do it better for what I kind of like. I mean it's cool, but yeah, it's not for me. The thing I don't want to go too far off topic, but I don't know if you ever played Subnautica. Like I enjoy Subnautica a lot more than I did No Man's Sky, to be completely honest. Like I like that they at least had a narrative string pulling you along. Like, and No
Right.
Man's Sky eventually did that, but it still wasn't as linear. I don't even want to say linear because, I mean, Subnautica is an open world game, but at least they do a better job of kind of giving you motivation to go through, whereas No Man's Sky is like Minecraft, like, go in there, figure it out yourself.
Yeah, I will agree. I think the narrative was very super vague inside of No Man's Sky. Even I'm pretty confident it's still the same way today. It's very much a more of a sandbox, less of a pulling you around. But I mean, you play Elite. There's no real. I mean, there's a overworld narrative being told, but there's no like individual narrative being told.
There is still mechanics that pull you along, though. Like, at least like, you've got the elite ranks that you're gearing up towards, or you're gearing up for the specific gear, or and then like the overall stuff. Like, yeah, it doesn't have a necessarily a narrative string, but it still gives you a reason to play, and it kind of gives you a direction to go. Like that's why I always say I play elite in batches.
Right.
I come in when I'm like, oh, there's something for me to do for a couple weeks or months to kind of grind myself out on, towards this goal, and then I kind of pop out. So there's the next big thing there. So you're right in that. Like, there's not a straight up campaign type thing, but there is still something that pulls me along tighter than No Man's Sky does. Whereas, I mean, No Man's Sky, they're just, I mean, yeah, I can't. I don't have anything else positive to say about it, so I don't want to I don't want to keep dumping on it. What about Tommy though? Tom, did you ever play No Man's Sky?
I did. Gave it about 2 months, got rid of it. I can't remember which one of you put me back on it a few years ago. and I liked it, and then I got bored with it really quickly.
Straight up,
I think I'd give it a shot though. Again,
you traded it back in
I
GameStop, or
I traded it back in. I can't remember what game I picked up instead. But yeah, I was like, all right, this is getting boring again. Just all this alien language, and you gotta mine stuff to put gas in your ship, and all these different ships. I would have to take so much time, which I didn't have. But from reading what they're doing visually, they've enhanced it. I might give it another shot.
oh wow, hey,
Yeah,
well they've got 2 out of 3.
And I think I quit before multiplayer was introduced, so I'd like to give that a try.
that's what it was. Yeah, I think Next. I think you were right. That was the whole point of Next, Steve. The one that you had
Yeah.
brought up was that it was the multiplayer thing instead of just being like a little star orb that you may or may not see on the same planet. Which I remember that being people were super pissed off about. That it was touted as multiplayer, but you're like, it's shared world technically. Like it seemed like we were getting screwed over by technicalities the entire way. Yeah, that's I remember that now. That's when you and Fish and I had gotten back in just for like I think a weekend maybe until we realized that they were still having the save file issues. Like there's no server that the save goes to. It's all shared. So if what we were at least experiencing at the time, and mind you, this is like, I don't know, 10 updates ago now at this point, so it might have changed. But the problem that we had at the time was that the three of us were all building on the same world. And because our saves were not exactly the same for that world, the moment one of us popped out and then popped back in, their stuff would just be completely obliterated off of the map. The terrain that was modified would be the same, but the actual base building parts, unless we had all walked over there before you logged out, it was gone. There was no coming back to that. But yeah, Thomas, if you're down, I'm down to clown on No Man's Sky. Give it
I'll
another
try.
try by the next show. That'd be pretty good. Pretty good
Do we know
running.
if it's crossplay?
Ooh, I don't know.
I bought it on PS5.
Ooh, I don't know if it is crossplay or not. Might have to check
No
that out.
idea.
I'll take one for the team. I'll play it again on PSC.
Oh, what did I do? I hit Control F and just made you giant. There we go. Let's get you back in there.
Whoa, my
Yeah,
God.
let's get you back in there.
I'm watching it on my TV. Oh, my Lord, scared me.
Oh, man. All right. So next up on the news is this one I'm going to lean more on y'all because I don't have any experience with its predecessor or anything like that. But Back 4 Blood hit almost 100,000 concurrent players during the beta test that it held last weekend. Were either of y'all in there? To be honest, I didn't even know it was happening until I read it this morning. What about you, Thomas?
I didn't.
I did not know that the beta was already started up, but I told myself I'd wait till October when the game came out anyway.
True. And you're going to wait till October until you see everything about it, or?
I'm going to look into it first before I buy it. I wanted to wait till the final version came out, then I'd do my research.
True. All right. I mean, 100,000 for a beta test for a game that is supposed to be at least very highly touted. I mean, this is the spiritual successor to Left 4 Dead series, correct?
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
So I don't know. Does this seem like a high number for you for that type of series?
How many players was it?
Almost 100K.
So let's see. I got something here. So Steam chart says that Left 4 Dead 2's average number in the past 24 hours is about 26,000. Their all-time peak was 161,000 players concurrently. So I would think for them to get 100,000 players to play during a beta is probably a good sign for them, especially when even the current peak's like 26,000. That means a lot of people came back to it that haven't played for a long time. So yeah, I think it's cool. And this isn't necessarily I haven't watched a lot of it because it's just not my kind of genre. I don't really like the
Right.
zombie horror type thing, but it's not a AAA title. It's like AA type production. So for them, 100,000 is probably good, even if you can get 50% of those players to turn into actual customers.
That is a good turnaround. Tom, what key things are you looking out for Back for Blood?
I want it to be just like Left 4 Dead. It was fast paced. If you have any of y'all played Left 4 Dead? I'm assuming.
I've played like a handful of rounds, not much though.
You accidentally set off a car alarm. You shot one of your players. The zombies smell blood. You had a horde of them coming. I'm looking for that. I'm looking for just nostalgia to me, honestly, too. I mean, I remember playing with Nico, my brother-in-law too. We hit that heavy. I'm
Yeah.
hoping it's just the same as Left 4 Dead 9 or 9. You know what I meant. Left 4 Dead
The
2.
ninth one. Shit,
The ninth one.
I'm getting beta
But
testers for 9.
I'm just hoping it's scary as heck. When that witch and you can hear her crying and you're like, oh no, we know
And
what's
then she
coming up. I
screams.
just hope for the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bloater. Yeah, they're you know, I forget. You actually just reminded me of something. Like, I should own Left 4 Dead a lot because I always remember it's just the horde type thing, but I forgot all about those mechanics. Like, oh, hey man, like I remember me and my brother, we would always argue because he is always a rush, like just run in and do whatever, and
Just
he
a
would
run
always
and
set
gun.
alarms off, and then we're dealing with all that crap. So that's why my memories are all of hoarding. Is not any of like, okay, let's actually set up here and get her. Yeah, funny
It's
times,
perfect.
man. Yeah, that's the huh. I don't know. Is it going to be Game Pass? Do we know?
I don't think it's confirmed yet, one way or
Huh.
the other. I know it's not one of the inherent studios that always does Game Pass, so
Yeah.
it might
Yeah,
might not.
if you guys got into it, I might give it a shot, especially if it's like $30 or something like that. I don't mind.
Yeah, if it's not that much.
And
Yeah.
always online at launch. Which
Yeah, because the other thing too, if it's anything like the Left 4 Dead series was, there'll be so much user content that like the actual developer DLC won't even matter.
it apparently is confirmed according to PC Gamer. Back for Blood launches on Steam, the Epic Game Store, and Xbox Game Pass on October 12th. So there you go.
They'll do well. Yeah, they're gonna do incredibly well.
Yeah. Because it's on Game Pass, I'll absolutely give it a try. Thomas, do you
I
have
look
Game
forward
Pass?
to.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do, baby.
Nice. Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm the
good
only
stuff.
one.
I'm not the only one.
I said I'm the only one.
Oh, you're
without
the
it.
only one that's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Which
I mean,
I
it
should.
makes
I
sense
have
for you.
all these fucking reward points that I don't ever use.
Yeah.
Cash
Might
them
as
out
well.
for Amazon. Yeah.
I think they're still doing the whole like convert your gold for an ultimate for like $1
Oh,
or
really?
something like that. So I had
a couple
had a
years
buddy
of
do that
gold.
not that long ago. I think it was like maybe 2 weeks ago. He bought I think he bought like a full year of gold through Xbox, and then he also went through Xbox and converted it for like $1 a month. So should still be up, hopefully. I think they're going to be running that promotion for a while because it's been since day one that they've allowed that. So I don't know. All right.
Even $15, that's not bad.
Oh yeah. Caitlin did, my wife did the math for it once, and legitimately, as long as you play like 2 full price games on it a year, it's paid for itself. So it's a good deal in my opinion, because I use it for both Xbox and PC, so it works out for me. All right, so next up, Geoff Keighley. God, do I always pronounce his last name wrong? Keighley? How do you pronounce that, Steve? You pronounce it well.
Geoff Keighley.
Geoff Keighley. Okay, yeah. I just like to say Geoff because there's no in there, and it's funny.
Geoff Keighley.
Geoff Keighley. So most of us know him as the guy who does the whole video game awards and everything like that. Apparently, he is doing something with Gamescom, which I did not know was also kind of co-opted with him. Opening night live. Gamescom is on the 25th, so that's not too long from now. That's like not even 2.5 weeks now. And they're expecting a lot of big reveals. What reveals do you think they have that we haven't seen already, Steve? We'll go with you first.
So I don't honestly I don't know what to see from here for the first time. Like, there's nothing that's kind of like been rumored that I'm thinking of. Like, oh man, this has been rumored. When are they going to announce that type thing?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there is that Batman Court of Owls game. Did that ever actually officially get announced, or was that still being
I don't
teased?
know if it was ever officially announced. I know it's
because they announced
a little bit, but
like the Suicide Squad game and something else. I don't know if they announced that. So I would expect to see that. Xbox usually has a big presence at at Gamescom as well. So maybe we might see a little bit of Fable. Maybe Perfect Dark might be in a state where they could show off something. Being that it's about to be holiday season, though, I think they're probably going to focus on stuff that's already out, or things that are going to be coming out in the near future, so they could try to get the hype up against, up for that. So that's what I would
Right.
expect to see. But who knows? Maybe Steam would be there with their controller or
With their
with their
Steam Deck.
controller.
With
Yeah,
their
I really
controller.
I don't have a lot of expectations for this. I honestly didn't even know it was coming up because Gamescom was one that's usually held in Germany, right? I
I
believe.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't even know this was coming up. Actually, does it say it right there on the screen? I have to. Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say. I guess we can always go to Gamescom specifically.
Well,
Um,
colon is
yeah.
not a place in the United States that I'm aware of.
No, there's still very much. Seems like it's still going to be in Germany. So Geoff might just be hosting like the American piece of it.
We'll get some damn Battlefield. That'd be good.
That would be good to get some more hands-on gameplay. Like I want to see more actual gameplay on maps from Battlefield. I want to see some more I don't know, really just like all these games that we're expecting. That's kind of like what my take of this is going to be. Is this is probably going to be more of we might get like one or two like world premiere whatever things, but I think for the most part you're correct. It's going to be basically a trade show for the holiday games that are coming out. We lost Thomas somewhere.
Tom, no.
Oh no, Thomas, where'd you go? Forgot to plug his laptop in.
Oh no. That's okay. I'll cover for Tom. So Tom, what would you like to see from Gamescom? He would like to see Grounded 2, is what I heard.
Grounded 2. Grounded 1's not even done yet, and they're already going to come out with a second one. They said,
Yep.
screw it, let's just start from the beginning again.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thomas, when we get back, I'll hear you and I'll swap back. Doop boop doop doo. That's really all we had for the news today, Steve. I don't know if opening night live is going to be as big of a deal because I don't remember this particular show being a thing last year. It might have been, but with all the other things happening last year, who can remember? I remember Gamescom has been a show for a long time, but specifically the opening night live part. I don't know much about that off the top of my hand. But
Well, since we have so much open time, I went ahead and I pulled up the calendar for the rest of the year.
Yep.
For big releases, so I figured we can go through that here.
Yeah, let's do it.
And see what could possibly actually be coming out. So I'm going to skip over a lot here, but I'm going to try to call it the big. Me? Yeah, actually, here we go. I can do that. Hold up.
Oh, hey, he's back.
He's back.
I actually clicked off it by accident. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Let's see. Oh, there it is. All right. So let's see. This is already out. Let's go to August. All right. Are there any of these that you
Tommy B, while you were going, we were talking about Gamescom and games that we think that we might see at Gamescom.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I heard you. You took mine. I would really like to see a Suicide Squad.
I thought he was going to say Grounded 2.
We're still working on Grounded 1, man.
Yep.
I want to see more Halo. I feel like that's what they're gonna really do. They do anything Nintendo wise at these? I'm not too familiar with Gamescom.
Nintendo will kind of do some of their own Nintendo Directs. I think last year around that same time they had maybe a Nintendo Direct or two. But yeah, I mean E3 and then Tokyo Game Show is the other one that they will release around. Are you ready for the Falconeer, Steve?
I have no idea what that is.
Me neither. It's on here though. Sounds weird. All right. So let's see. Just running through here. games that we might see at Gamescom.
The Falconeer was on Game Pass. I just saw it when I was looking through Game Pass this afternoon.
Yeah. Oh, it is
Oh,
past
they're
the
gonna
5th.
bring
Yeah.
it again.
They're gonna release it again. All right. So that one does say, where to go? I lost it. Anyways. Oh yeah, right here. So that does say the 5th is when that's scheduled to come out. Let's see. Godfall is supposed to be coming to PS4 finally.
What is that backport, right? Because Godfall was already out on next gen.
On PS5. Yep. So that's a backwards port, which is a very weird step, but I kind of applaud them too, because they understand that most of their player base it doesn't have a PS5 yet, and they kind of are almost a victim themselves of the whole shortage of consoles. So they're like, all right, we have to reverse engineer this slightly to get it backpedaled on the PS4 for more sales, because they wouldn't have done it if they were making good money. Just to be honest, I don't think I've heard of too many games that released solely on next gen and then were like, oh snap, let's go ahead and release on previous gen as well. Except for maybe like Just Dance or something like that. Let's see.
What about Steve's favorite Paw Patrol coming out?
Paw Patrol. Let's see. The Marvel's Avengers expansion, War for Wakanda, comes out on the 17th of this month. We'll probably not see that at the show since it comes out before the show. Let's skip to a little bit ahead. Let's get out of August and go to September. Chernobylite was one that kind of made some good waves at the Video Game Awards or Summer Games Fest slash E3 time, but it was specifically on Summer Games Fest. Let's see. We got the normal sports titles coming out. Deathloop. We might see something about Deathloop. That was pretty big at last year's Summer Games event. Do you remember what that one was, Steve? No.
No clue.
Kind of as
This
it
looks
sounds, it does look good. I think it's by is this one by Arcane? Yeah, so this is by Arcane, the people that brought oh damn, what is that game?
Dishonored 2.
Yeah, the Dishonored series. And the premise of it is just that you are a person who's being hunted, and you every time you die, you relive that same scenario, and you got to figure your way around it, and just keep on looping every time you die. It seems fun, seems interesting. It is by Bethesda, so it will be a part of Game Pass when that happens. So I am excited about that one. Thomas, did you see anything about Deathloop?
Yes, it looked fantastic. I remember when Sony announced it, when they were giving out the games coming for PS5, and I was this was my second game on top of RE Village that I wanted.
Reveal. All right, so let's see. That one I think we'll probably see a little bit more of at Gamescom. A lot of these on this list are like re-releases, like Darksiders 3 for the Switch. That game's been out for like almost 2 years now. Life is Strange remastered. Move along. Oh, Steve, they got Hot Wheels Unleashed. Play that on crossplay.
I've been waiting for that one.
We got another Lego Marvel Superheroes. Let's see. Oh, Far Cry 6. Oh, my monitors are blinking. Get that back up. There we
Thomas, watch out.
go.
Big woman.
Big ladies after you.
Big sexy vampire. And she's got her daughters with her.
I put this on just for you. It's your favorite game.
Wonderful game. Love it. Game of the year 2021.
All right. Yep. Audio is back. I can hear it in the background. All right. Cool.
As of right now, it kind of is Game of the Year 2021. What else has come out?
Nothing really. The Spider-Man game. Oh no, that was 2020 though.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
last
can you
year.
consider that 2020 though? Because it was only out for a month or two. Toward the end of the year.
Yeah, what other like real big games have come out this year? There's Pokemon Snap. That was a good one, which by the way has a free content update that has like a whole nother island on it, Thomas. I don't know if you were aware of that or not.
I was not. It's been a while since I popped it in.
I just loaded it up the other day with my daughter.
Let's see. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake came out.
Game of the year.
What else? What else
Are we
really
back on
came
Twitch?
out? Yeah, we're back live.
Okay. Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right, so back to what we were doing, which was trying to figure out what games would be, holiday announcements at Gamescom. I don't really know of too many other ones. We have this whole list of to be announced titles.
You stopped at October.
Tops in October. Oh, we did, didn't we? Yeah, October. Sorry. This is the game that I have harsh words about. This Mario Party Superstars for the Switch. Very harsh words. This game should not exist ever. It's not okay that this game exists. This game should have been a DLC for the normal Mario Party that came out on Switch not that long ago, and that should have been the case. DLC, because that's all they did is they shoved a couple of mini games from the old ones, collections of the old mini games and old boards, and they just shoved it all into the new engine and said, cool, here we go, it's here now. Obviously that's super simplifying it, but the fact that it's a completely different title is I'm not okay with it. Should have been a combo title.
While you were talking,
just an expansion.
Archie, I googled this and it said that they give you 2 new outfits for Mario in this new version. So I disagree with your assessment.
Is one of them the Super Mario Odyssey nipple showing one?
I did not know that was a thing to begin with, but
yeah, he's got a swimsuit outfit on there that, for the first time ever you see Mario's nips. Yep. Crazy stuff. All right. So yeah, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, I think we might see there. Let's keep on moving. We got Forza Horizon 5 is coming out November 9th, maybe. What is this? GTA 5 is getting a full next gen release.
Yep. It is. It's called the Grand Theft Auto 5 Expanded Edition or Re-Energized Edition, something like that. But they're doing that, and people on PC are wondering if that also means that we're going to get something because they're upgrading it to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. So you guys know
is it a free upgrade or will you have to buy it again?
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking you probably have to buy it again. You've had to buy it again for every other console.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and it's Take-Two. They're not usually the most generous when it comes to stuff like that, so I'm pretty sure you're probably going to have to pay for it. But yeah, I mean, they just released a pretty cool update last month, the Tuners update, which literally, I think they released it just because the Fast and Furious 9 came out.
Right.
I think that was last month. I think they released it just for that because it plays just like Fast and Furious. Like, it's pretty damn cool though. Gotta admit, you've got a little got an auto car meet that you can go to. You've got all these tuner cars. They've got this hot pursuit mode where now you're racing, and it's kind of like if you remember Need for Speed Hot Pursuit back in the day, where you've got the cops chasing you and things. They do that. So I think it'd be cool though. I mean, this fucking game has survived how many generations now? So you have 360, Xbox One, and now this one, right? So
this
3
next gen, yeah. So 3
each generation is like 5 years long, so they've
at least.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been around for a while. It's got to be at least 10 years now, right?
I think so. Easily 10 years.
Yeah, I don't remember the original release date, but hey, kudos to them. Yeah, I mean, the content it is still going, man. It is actually still going.
September 2013.
2013.
Wow. Yeah, so almost 10 years.
Almost. All right, so then we got the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes. I know y'all don't care. I will be playing those.
Can't wait to hear you talk about it.
Final Fantasy 14 Endwalker comes out again. Something that y'all aren't really big into the MMOs, are you?
No. When it comes to Endwalker, sign me up.
You'll be there
in that walker.
Here's another remastering. We have Advanced Wars 1 and 2 for the Switch. Did y'all ever play those on Game Boy Advance and the DS?
I did.
No.
Could you actually? Can we see the tab of that? I would love to see what it looks like.
Hang on. It's not. Does
I
not.
didn't even get
That's not a very good tab. YouTube. I'm just pull up a
would
YouTube
just
video for it.
love to see. Thomas Advanced Wars was the coolest. You had a little it was turn-based combat. You had your little tanks and your little army men, sometimes planes and things like that. And it was kind of like Pokemon, actually, is what I should describe it as. It was like Pokemon, but with tanks and shit. So good.
How did I not see this on Game Boy?
Yeah, I don't remember from Game Boy. I had it on the DS, so I don't know if it was that popular on DS or the original Game Boy Color, but it was damn popular on DS. It
Oh, I
was
don't.
wonderful.
It was on the Game Boy
Woo!
Advance.
So I
The
lied
Game
when
Boy
I said it
Advance
was like
one is where it
Pokemon.
started on like I think it was like 1 and 2 were on Game Boy Advance, and then there was Advance Wars Dual Strike, and that was the DS one.
Yes. Yeah. But see, it's cool. I said.
I remember you got special missions if you plugged in the Game Boy Advance game into the bottom port on the original DS, and then you had Dual Strike in the primary DS port. You could get like bonus missions from 1 and 2 onto it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I don't play my Switch enough. I wish I lived in a place where I commuted on like well, I don't actually because I don't fucking want to do that. But I do wish I had the actual fucking time to play Switch games and could force me to play them. I just can't. I can't.
I love
Sad.
my Switch. It sits right here next to me on my desk all day.
I can't wait to get my Steam Deck and watch it collect dust right next to my Switch.
I was meaning to bring that up whenever we talked about it last week. Was like how much do you plan on actually playing that Steam Deck?
For me, it's like Stadia. Like I'm not going to get a lot of use of it, but whenever I see a technological thing happening where I know that like this first iteration is going to be the best, but maybe a future thing will be, I'm like, all right, I'll invest in it. Worst case scenario, I have a launch edition of something that I could sell for something down the
True.
line. Like, oh look, so I mean, literally, like my Stadia I opened one time and it's still in the perfect packaging and all that. Yep.
Stadia,
Sorry.
man, what a device that Stadia. Perfect,
If
flawless.
only
Never had
it
any
had
problems.
if only that had been Xbox Cloud, man, they'd be raking the fucking money in right now.
Oh, absolutely, they would. All right, so
All it
that was
needs is a
about it for
controller.
the year. What about these to be announced things? Do you think that there's going to be anything that's announced for the first time on Gamescom, or is that not a large enough stage?
Maybe Among Us. I can
Yeah,
see
maybe
that.
Among Us finally for the PS4 and PS5.
Maybe Battle Cakes.
Yeah, I'm looking through these. A lot of these are
Maybe Bubble Bobble.
not great titles. No wonder why they don't have. Well, I don't know. They have
Oh,
Elite
look
Dangerous
at Destiny
Odyssey here
2.
for
Look at Destiny 2.
Where's Destiny 2?
The Witch Queen.
the
Go
Witch
out, it's
Queen.
a,
That's the expansion. Yeah,
yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Who the
guys,
hell's the Witch
I
Queen?
finally uninstalled Destiny 2.
Is that
Oh
Eris?
my god.
I uninstalled it. Who?
Oh
The
my
Witch
God.
Queen? No,
Yeah.
that's not Eris.
Why'd you do that? Just temporary. Need more hard drive space.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't know, man. Like I have the season pass for the current season and everything, and every time I would go in to play it, it's just like, all right, I got through the initial batch of content, and the rest is just the rest. It's like and this was the season 2 that they did away with a lot of the old content. So a lot of the year 1 stuff got locked away in the vault, and most of us assumed that meant that we were going to get at least almost the same amount of content coming back into it, and it wasn't. Multiplayer was restricted to like 4 maps across all game types. So it's like, nah, no thanks. Hard pass. I'm gonna Gonna vote with my wallet on this one again and see if they can do better.
Hard pass on their ass.
Yes. So
That's what I'm
maybe I'll
here
give it
for.
another go. Maybe I wait till Destiny 3, which will never happen as long as people are still buying these expansions from them.
Oh no, they
Who
have to at
knows?
some point.
You would
They
think.
need.
You would think that they would eventually just go, "Hey, we want a system that we built on our own with no Activision help, just right out of our own box."
Well, it's kind of we were talking earlier about Power Rangers and them doing that. The reason why I was laughing is because when I looked up an article for Destiny's development costs, they said it was 150 million just minimum. The actual figure was 500 million, but that included like salaries and all that. So you got to think like just infrastructure wise, like the a little bit of that they obviously shave off because it's a sequel, but still a shit ton of money to do a new one. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell their plan is. I mean, who knows? They're one of the top games on Steam still. You know,
Ooh, Destiny?
yeah, they're still pretty
Yeah,
fucking popular.
they're still pretty high up there. I mean, I will give it that. There's
Ooh,
no
40,000 players right now.
yeah, there's no real shortage of matchmaking players. I've never been hovering in that matchmaking portal that they make you wait in. I've never waited more than like 2 minutes max,
Yeah,
I think.
they've had a big drop off though. So at max they had 292 concurrent players, and like I said, right now their average has usually been around 40,000.
It's because it's the end of the season. There's nothing left. There's
I mean, they haven't had 200,000 players since November of last year.
yeah, that makes sense. I believe it. That's about the time that I came back.
Yeah, so hey, rest in peace, Destiny.
Yep. All right.
Long live Power Rangers open world game.
All right, so now that we're done with the news, we move on to another little section of ours called On Our Radar. In this section, we go over games that have caught our eye and we talk about them. So the first one is Tribes of Midgard. This one, my buddy Justin's actually been trying to get me to play this for a minute, and I might give it a go because Steam reviews initially were not that great for it. It was very much a mixed grab bag of reviews, and I don't like giving my time or hard drive space to that. But even just from this new trailer that I'm seeing right now, they seem to have gotten a little bit more equipment, cosmetics. The point of the game is it's kind of a
Oh, that's
roguelike
cool.
in a way. You go to these procedurally generated dungeons, which that is like my key word in gaming is procedurally generated. I don't know why. It's just I find it way more interesting. They have those dungeons. You're supposed to be collecting these materials that you then sacrifice the materials to the tree. I forget what the tree is called in Norse mythology. And then there's there's all these different boss fights all over the place, and it seems interesting. I will likely probably play it this week at some point so I can give it a better explanation of what it is and how it plays. But now that it has a mostly positive review on Steam, I am more than willing to give it some time. Have either of y'all heard of this game? Nope.
Never, but it looks good.
I think it's on Game Pass. I think
Gearbox Publishing might be.
it might be. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on that. Might be wrong, but I think I saw it on Game Pass. Next up is Steve. What do you got?
I've got a little game called Death's Door. It's cool. Look at it. Look at it. That's all you gotta do is look at it. It's a cool little action adventure RPG game, top down, as you can see here. What I really like about it is the art style. And from what I actually heard about this on another podcast I listened to. For one, Devolver Digital, they're just one of my favorite publishers that there are out there. Those are the Hotline Miami guys, the Punch
Right.
Club guys, uh, My Life as Pedro. So they do a lot of cool little indie titles, and this is one of them. But I mean, it's just the art style alone is really what caught my eye on it, but then the gameplay itself also looks cool. So, another game that I played, Hyper Life Drifter, I've heard that this
Oh
has a lot
yeah.
of similarities to that in gameplay with the hack and slash and the upgrades and things like that. So I'm kind of I am going to get this one. I put it on my wish list. I'm waiting on the sale. I think it was $30. Is that right? If you scroll down, Archie. Um.
It's $20 right now.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't
So
even say
for
it's
some
on
reason I thought
sale.
this was
That
30.
just says that it's at $20.
Yeah, so for that price, I might just go ahead and grab it. But yeah, this is one that I want. So that's it.
That's it. All
I like
right.
these little. I play so much. Like if you guys ever follow me on Steam or anything like that, like I usually play big AAA titles. Like I'll hop in and out of anything, any games here and there. But I usually like. I just don't like to waste my time with that kind of shit. So, but when I see something like this, where it's like, oh, okay, this is not indie in the sense of is one guy in his basement, type thing, and you could tell obviously from the work. This is indie in terms of like, hey, we wanted to keep the indie spirit. It doesn't have any commercial baggage to it or anything like that. So this I'm always there for. I always want to support guys like this.
Oh yeah, definitely. This does look nice. It does have a unique charm with this art style. I'm digging it. I really am.
The lightsaber, man. That's what looks cool to me.
The lightsaber. Just slashing around with Kylo Ren's sword.
Yes.
Just chugga.
All
All right. So next up, we got Thomas's pick, Security Guard. Tell us a little bit about Security Guard.
So, really cool looking simulation game. You're a security guard. You get different scenarios you can play. They have a VIP scenario. It looks like you're protecting a celebrity. Another scenario where it looks like you're part of an alarm company. You have cameras set up. You can actually watch a
This
thief
looks
break
good.
in. Then it goes to you alerting. It looks like that's a security guard or a police officer. You take down the bad guy. It gave me Payday vibes, and that's why
Oh yeah.
it's so interesting to me, man. And I love Payday. This looks like it's almost kind of the same kind of game, except now you're the good guy. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Looks really cool.
Payday was so fun. You said
Yeah.
Payday, and I just instantly flashed back to like the 18th time that Steve and I and Nico were trying to break into the same freaking place. And we had the drill and everything. We're like, how do we work
Yeah.
this drill? I don't know.
Oh
and
my
then,
god.
and then
Give
we
me
just
the same
abandoned it
vibes,
and then
man.
just broke into all the ATMs.
Yeah. No, this looks good. I like it because it's overly dramatic. Like he's a security guard, but then his first day on the job, he's over there fixing a hostage situation. So, like, when he says security guard at first, like I was like, this is gonna be a fucking game about a mall cop, like. But no, this looks good, dude. I actually I like this.
Get ready for Mall Cop Simulator.
Dude,
it could be in here. We don't know.
I mean,
Maybe that's where you start out in security guard, is you are a mall cop. That's like day one on the job.
yeah, this guy's fighting the 12 rooms. Look at him.
Yeah, he's getting on it. Hold up.
Good shit. I added it to my playlist or to my wish list. Thank you, Thomas. Good recommendation.
It's a good recommendation. That does look interesting. Hopefully it's not buggy or anything. Right now, there are no reviews on it, and it does not have a release date. But, that seemed to be all pretty working condition inside of the trailer. And it wasn't just like one mission setup. It looked like it was a couple of different missions inside of that trailer. So,
I mean, if you remember, Payday was kind of buggy too, even though it was on the 360.
oh yeah.
While you're here, Archie, might as well go over to their other title that's already been released so we can get an idea about their.
Oh god. Let's see. What is the other?
Oh, it's right there. Go to feature. This is their other
Prison Simulator prologue.
Dude, this looks good too.
Oh, it looks like it's all the same engine almost.
This is why I said they're a proven company. They've already put out a game, and Prison Simulator is actually mostly positive. They have 1,700 reviews, very positives. Gang fights, choose your gang.
Oh man, what is it? Maybe it's a prequel for Security Guard. You start out in the prison, and you're a bad guy, and you finally get out.
Dude, I don't know who this company is, but they actually one thing you can tell from their gameplay, like they have a lot of shit going on in the world. It's not like one of those cheap games. Like I'm seeing a lot of interactivity with the world and picking up things and gang fights and shower things happening.
Shower things.
Uh
All
oh,
right, so
Tommy's a ghost.
that's all for that. We don't have any listener Q&A this week, but we do have video game 20 questions. Did we lose Thomas? I think we lost Thomas.
No, I'm still here.
There he is.
Oh, your camera's just lost. All right. Video game 20 questions. This is the show, the time, the place, the happening on where one of us brings a game to the table and the rest of them have 20 questions to figure out what it is. I have it pulled up. Let's see. I'm not going to give you any hints this time. So let's just go for it. I'll give you one hint. It was initially released in 2014.
Cool. Tommy, you want to take the first question?
I think he closed out the window. There it goes.
I don't know, man. I'm not as I'm asking the question, or you're asking me the question?
No.
Go ahead and just ask a question that'll help us narrow it down.
All right. Was it on a console system?
It was released on console, yes.
Okay. 2014. That is Xbox One era. Okay. Was this exclusive to any platform? Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation?
It was not.
Go, Tommy.
Thomas is at the beach now. Oh, he's back
I'm
in the
trying to-
Millennium Falcon.
Okay, so it is on a console. It came out in 2014.
Correct. And it's not a console. It's not exclusive to one console.
Okay. It's a fighting game.
It is not a fighting game.
Was this a game that we've ever played together?
No. Now y'all are co-oping this, but you don't have to. Y'all can fight for the win.
No.
Oh, okay.
Co-oping is good.
It's a single player game.
It is a single player game.
Good question, Tommy. Thank you. I like the guess. Okay. 2014 single player. Not exclusive. It was multi-platform. Is this a RPG?
It is an RPG. Your question, Tommy? Oh, you're muted.
Oh, is the name of the main character that has the first name with an animal name?
Does the main character have an animal name?
His first name is an animal.
An animal. I mean...
Specifically, snake.
No.
So it's not Metal Gear.
What is Snake's last name, Thomas?
Pliskin. I think, isn't it?
Oh my god. RPG. 2014 is after Skyrim. 2014 could possibly be Mass Effect. I'm trying to think. Is this a BioWare game?
It is a BioWare game.
Okay. So Thomas, for RPGs, BioWare, we got Mass Effect, we got Dragon Age. Those are really the two big ones. For and Star Wars Knight of the Old Republic as well.
Let's go Dragon Age.
You got the question? You go for it.
Is it Dragon Age Inquisition?
It is Dragon Age Inquisition. Woo! I need to get my soundboard together still.
Oh, that was all Steve. You set me up
So
for
that
that.
we
I
can have
wouldn't have
applause
guessed
on
that
here.
in a million years.
Yes.
Tommy, you got the
is.
exact game though. I had no idea. I honestly couldn't. My time framing for the Dragon Age games, I have no fucking clue where they get released. So
Dragon Age Inquisition, such a good game, a great breakaway because I hated the second one. I hated it. It just didn't meld well at all. But the third one felt great. I spent almost 40 hours in the beginning zone. So yeah,
Oh, jeez.
I appreciated this one tremendously.
This is the one that opens up with the war, right? Like there's some crap going on, and you're immediately running somewhere. Is that what happens in this one?
Not a war. It basically a terrorist attack happened, and everyone's up in arms about it.
Yeah,
that's the opening premise to this one. A magical terrorist attack occurred.
I'm sorry, Squidwitch. The game's only 8 years old.
Spoilers, yeah. And that's not spoilers. It's the first 10.
It's a multiple choice game.
Yeah, well, not that part is not. That literally you hit, okay, here's how not spoiler it is. You hit start new game and the event happens like instantly in the menu. Like you don't even get into the game until it happens.
Yeah, I knew it had to be pretty early because I literally didn't get beyond that. I was like, this shit's too campy for me. No, thank you.
Oh, see, I enjoyed it. It felt a lot more like what I liked out of the first one and a lot less of what I hated out of the second one.
I have really never, like, the only fantasy game that I think I could honestly say, like, damn, I enjoyed this, Skyrim and Shadow of Mordor. Or not Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War.
Shadow of War,
those two are probably like the only two fantasy games where I'm like, oh my god, like this is
those
actually
are two drastically different games.
But they have very dark themes of it. It's not like goofy fantasy. Like I can't do the elves and shit, man. I can't do them. I can't. I can do ogres. You know, I can do that.
Can't do elves, but you're in a Lord of the Rings title. What are you talking about?
It was so good though. That game's great. The movies are great. You know. Anywho, Thomas, appreciate you, man. You're the best. Did you like Dragon Age Inquisition?
I've never played Dragon Age. I haven't played Skyrim. I haven't played Shadow of War, although I wanted to play Shadow of War.
Have you played Mass Effect?
I've never played Mass Effect.
Oh my goodness.
What?
You're missing out.
How have you not played Mass Effect?
I know.
We're starting tonight. Load them up, Jordan.
Yep. Stream it all. Stream it all tonight.
Let's go. 24-hour stream.
Actually, it's going to be a lot more hours than that. It's a lot more hours to finish that game.
Man, I don't know. Did they? So when they did that Legendary Edition, did they fix the gameplay of one, or did they leave it as was?
No, they fixed the gameplay. They fixed the bugs. There was one bug that I had actually seen my wife hit like at least 8 of her last 10 playthroughs, where she's like stuck on a ledge somewhere, and there's just no moving off of it. There's no jumping off of it. There's nothing. It's just like a weird glitch that happens sometimes if you step on like one particular block inside of this area, and it impedes your movement and you have to reload the entire game. It's weird. I don't know, but that hasn't happened yet. All the bugs have been fixed, at least most of them, most of the ones. The one thing that I am upset about the Legendary Edition is that there's an entire DLC missing from the first game. There's one in the first game where you're supposed to go either help or hurt the Batarians, but BioWare's official statement was they didn't technically. Squid Twitch brings it up. Pinnacle Station was the name of it, and BioWare said, "Hey, we weren't the ones that built it, and when we asked for the gold code back, they gave it, and it's broken, and the code does not compile, and instead of, or no, not to compile, it's not broken. It ended up getting lost. Like for whatever reason, somehow." All the code for that DLC got lost. And the fact that you have a full price title that most of the work is just remakes and visual enhancements, and you're not willing to dedicate, hey, here's this 6-man team, go reverse engineer this DLC. Like someone has to have it online, and they could have been like, hey, listen, we'll kick you a free copy if you give us your raw files for it. I'm sure there's probably a torrent out there online of the game, like a bootleg version of that DLC somewhere that they could have easily have taken, read, said, oh, we did it this way, and then reworked it back into the game. I'm not okay with it not being a full full situation. That's a little bit, I don't know, seems scammy to me. Like that should have been worked out well in advance, especially since it's been gone for so long. Like this isn't the first time that they've excluded it from a game. When you go to buy the game on Xbox One, you can't buy that DLC. I believe the PS3 version, when it finally made its way to PS3, that didn't have that DLC either. That's when they discovered that they didn't have the DLC. So they've had years to fix this, and they're still at, nah, sorry, we got other things to worry about.
Well, Archie, why don't you go fight him about it? Let's go.
I will. We'll start a Twitter war.
Maybe we can go find the source code ourselves and redevelop it.
Can you imagine
Or
if,
we could
if
just
it like
let's build it
leaked
from
out on
scratch.
the internet that they've had it this entire time?
We will, Squid. You know what? You're right, Squid. We shouldn't do that. Let's just do it all ourselves. We can remake that little piece of DLC and put it in there just for you,
Well,
Archie.
We will build it. We have the technology.
I'll be Miranda. Thomas, you can be Ashley
voice it?
and Rex.
You're gonna voice Miranda in a game that doesn't have Miranda in it.
Oh, she's not in that one? Oh, okay,
No,
cool.
it's the first
Look at
one.
that. Less work for me. And let's be real, we don't need Caden because no one ever picks Caden to begin with.
No.
But Tommy,
always
real talk though. Mass Effect is one of the best series of all time.
Definitely.
I wish that they would make a TV show or a movie that could properly capture it, but it's really one of those things you got to play for yourself because the decisions are just so impactful and you grow such a connection with these characters. And even the first game, even before you're really attached to them, like the first game is just a really tight story. Like, and I mean tight, not tight, brother. You know, like tight, like cohesive, not
Like a
tight,
tiger.
like cool. You know, but like because the whole theme of it, I don't want to give away too much of it, but the whole theme of that is just fast paced because of the way the issue that you're dealing with, it forces you to hop from place to place very quickly. And I mean, you do get some time to explore, but man, that series is just great. I think Archie probably agree with me that 2 was the best.
Yes.
3
I think
was
the whole
good.
internet
Like,
agrees with him.
yeah, what I liked about 3 was again, it was more of that like, oh shit, like you're kind of running up against the clock type thing. They all 3 of the games play very differently too. That's kind of the cool thing because they kept evolving. Like it started off as a hardcore RPG. Second one, it was more like, okay, half RPG, half action game. And then by the third, it was action game with a little bit of RPG elements in it.
There's like almost no
Excuse
RPG
me.
elements in the third one. I mean, you level up. I think that's probably about it. You level up.
Yeah, but it's if you find yourself with a little time and you want to play something cool single player, it's a great game to sit on the couch and play with your wife. You know, you guys can take turns at making decisions. You know, oh honey, what do you think I should do
You
here?
can punch a
That
reporter.
type of thing.
That
That's
sounds
not
fun.
Oh, can you punch her in 1 too? I don't remember.
I don't know if you can punch her in 1.
And every alien is goddamn bodacious.
Yes, Squid. It sure is.
Yeah.
Especially well, Jack's not an alien, is she?
No. She's a
Oh,
human.
you know what? You're right. Some of the Tali. Sorry, guys. Going off screen for a little bit. I'm kidding.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
the aliens are pretty beautiful. There's no ugly. Even the Arachnid Queen.
Oh yeah. Sure.
That's not a spoiler either. It's just a person. It's okay.
I mean, it's not, but okay.
Cool. So what are you guys playing next week? Or this week, I should say.
I've been playing a bunch of Final Fantasy 14. Wife and I and a couple of friends just got back into it, and it's been a great time so far. That's pretty much been my all my game time has been spent on that.
Well, cool.
What about you, Thomas?
I'm gonna
Okay.
get back and pick up Skyward Sword. I kind of gave it 2 weeks off because I had work stuff and family stuff going on. So this week, now that I'm off for a few days, I'm gonna pick that back up and try to finish it. Man, it's just nostalgia. Just remembering 10 years ago playing it the first time.
Man, I remember playing it so much that I hated it. I did not like Skyward Sword at all.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not even doing the motions now. I did it the first couple times playing it, and now I'm just lazy
Back to
sitting on the
controller.
couch playing it.
Just back to the controller. What about you, Steve? What's been keeping you occupied in the gaming space?
Flight Sim and Grand Theft Auto Online, pretty much interchangeably every 2 hours is how I've been playing those the last couple weeks or so. Like I'll literally do a couple flights in Flight Sim, and I'll be like, yeah, all right, time to go back to Grand Theft Auto, work on my business there. Like I said, I really like that tuners update they put out.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that Grand Theft Auto pulls you back in is every update has a bunch of new stuff that they do. They usually release like, hey, here's a new property, and every property you get somehow returns an investment on your initial purchase on it. The gameplay is how you get your money back. There's new cars, new outfits, all that kind of shit. But then they drip feed out all the new stuff. So it's not like even if you had the $100 to throw and get some shark cars, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
immediately, you still can't buy everything immediately because they're going to drip feed out all the cars over a number of weeks. So really, the way that they've done it, like, and that's why I hate when people complain about the money aspect of Grand Theft Auto, is because they really make their release schedule to where as long as you're playing, you can buy everything. Like
Right.
I can make 2 million every other day in Grand Theft Auto Online from all the businesses that I have. And that's like playing a couple hours a night. So if they're drip feeding out stuff, one piece here, one piece there every other week, then you can just naturally keep playing and get the stuff that you want. So you kind of, if you do spend the money, you're kind of gypping yourself because then there is no gameplay loop because really the only thing that you're doing in that game is earning money to buy the stuff that you want. So
Right.
it's kind of like I was saying about for Elite. I like it in that sense that I don't always have to. It's not like one of those things like Fortnite or Apex where once that becomes your game, that becomes your game. Like I feel bad for some of the streamers that get big off those competitive games because as soon
Oh,
as
and then they get
they
cornholed
change their
into it.
game yeah, because you can't change what you play. Like, oh, hey guys, I don't want to play. I'm Ninja. I don't want to play Fortnite tonight. I'm going to play Resident Evil. Like,
Yeah, you're
so
gonna
it's
get
like that kind of stuff. But
crazy
yeah, I
drop
just
viewer
like that.
count.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't stream or anything like that, but I like that you. It's not one of those games that forces you to give it all your time. It really
Right.
lets you come in and out as you want to. So that's what I'll probably be doing. Obviously, I don't know how many people from the channel are in here, but our helicopter stuff we're going to be releasing at the end of the month. So tighten up some stuff development wise for that. But when I have free time, like I said, I'm flying and I'm
I meant to
killing.
ask you this: is that a new project that's in the Discord channels, the dev group?
The the 145 is a new project. We did the freeware 135 earlier this year, I think like February, March.
No,
We've been
I
working
meant the
on the
other channel that's in there.
there's
I'm
some other
obviously
stuff
not gonna
going
say
on,
it out here.
Archie. This guy. I don't know what he's talking about, to be honest. No, I mean as always, you have to be future thinking. Like
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
we're not working on anything currently because the 145 that we have is literally it's three aircraft in one because each one has its own model, each one has its own functionality and stuff like that. So it's gonna take us a bunch of time to get that done. When I say
Has its own
bunch, I'm
fine
guessing
tuning.
yeah, it's gonna take a while. I mean, because they're not what a lot of developers in Flight Sim do when they release a variant is they change like the back seats or something like they're like, oh hey,
Oh,
this is this model of the aircraft. Look, we put new seats in the back. Okay, cool. But like for us, the distinction between these helicopters are they are completely gutted out and made into something completely different based off the use. So like your luxury edition has luxury fixins to it. Those
right.
people don't want the standard civilian type shit when they get in. And then the military, obviously, they don't have any comfort type options. Everything is based only off of functionality and purpose. And then civilian is completely different as well. And then exterior changes, interior changes, like it is a lot of work. It's a ton of work. Even when we finish this one, so the first one is going out in this month. In terms of beta build, there'll be some more revisions, but each one of these is like developing a brand new aircraft. Like the only thing that we can really reuse is like the frame. You can start with some of the flight models, but that has to be tweaked because center of gravity changes based off equipment.
Right.
Blah 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 blah. I don't want to put you guys to sleep. It's a lot of work though. But the only other thing is we have some other people that have reached out that have talked about some things, and maybe we have some people on our Discord who are even who are devs that we've worked with in the past. So that's why you see other channels popping up and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But as soon as there's something to announce, we will.
I like to put you on the spot when it comes to that stuff.
This guy.
But I'd never intentionally ruin anything. All right.
Oh,
Anything else? Anything?
I
Thomas,
thought,
you got anything you want to plug?
I thought we'd do some grounded in Friday
Oh yeah,
13th this week.
We'll just get right
Oh, I
on
would
that.
love to.
You and I are already supposed to be playing giving No Man's Sky a try. Oh wait, we gotta see if that's crossplay or not.
Are we
Archie,
waiting? Are we waiting for the expansion, or are we just gonna hop into it now?
Why not
No
just
Man's
hop
Sky
into it now?
is crossplay, by the way.
That's cool.
It
It
is
is?
crossplay?
Uh-huh.
Cool. Okay.
Does that include PlayStation? Because they like to give people a hard time.
I want to say it does, to be honest. I want to say it does. I looked it up earlier. Yeah, Sky crossplay.
No, I'll get it on PC. No big deal.
Introducing crossplay.
I'm pretty sure it's on Game Pass as well.
It is on Game Pass. That is correct.
I
Yeah.
believe you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, it says we're excited to announce PlayStation, Xbox, PC.
Oh, nice.
Is No Man's Sky on Switch yet? No.
I doubt it. I think the Switch would just melt in your hands trying to handle all that calculation.
Oh wow, their VR has actual hands in it. I didn't know that.
Yes, you use your hands in that one.
Oh, this looks like.
I thought you tried it though.
I tried it in the inside of the cockpit. I don't think I ever got out, because I definitely don't remember you being able to shake your hands around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This looks like Vomit City though.
It is rough. It's at least whenever I had tried it out, it's a little hard to handle in VR.
The telling sign for me is whenever the developer themselves can't record a smooth video, like when there's frame rate skipping and shit like that. I'm like, okay, well, go in raw.
As always, Squid. As always.
Go in raw.
All
Go in raw
right.
to what? Was he talking about
The
No Man's
game.
Sky?
Yeah, No Man's Sky. That is it for this episode of Midlife Gaming Podcast. I don't think we have any more plugs to show, so we'll be back here every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, and the recordings go live on YouTube the following day, hopefully by the afternoon, as long as nothing weird happens. That's all from us. Got anything else before we close out, Steve, Thomas?
No, thank you
Tom.
for having me on, man. This is great.
It's been awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Tom. I was just going to ask if you had a good time and if you'll be back with us.
I'd love to, man. You know, as long as I'm here early enough. You know, I am down the street again working, so as long as I'm here and not stressed out, absolutely.
Sounds
That's
great
fantastic.
to me. All right.
Appreciate you.
Y'all have a
Everyone in
good
chat.
night. Have a good week, and we'll see you next week.